Good evening, honoured guests, Canning College staff, family, friends and fellow 2017 graduates. My name is Renee Smith and I would like to take this opportunity to once again acknowledge the traditional owners and custodians of the land on which I speak and recognise continuing connection to land, water and community. I pay respect to the elders, past, present and emerging. I would like to thank Canning College for giving me the opportunity to speak this evening. To members of staff and academic educators, I extend this appreciation. My journey with Canning College began in 2015. The year before, I had survived breast cancer. That experience certainly brought into focus the main regret in my life. I had not completed my secondary education. I was fearful because my previous experience with education was not a positive one. In year 10, confronted with the loss of my father, adolescence and an inflated sense of self, I managed to march right into the abyss of missed opportunities. I was the kid in the corridor, kicked out for giving the teacher a hard time. I was the kid standing outside the deputy's office, waiting to hear my fate after having been caught again, wagging and smoking. I was the kid whose reports always read, "Must try harder." Year 11 and 12 was not going to be an option for me. University would not be an option for me. I knew this because that is what everyone told me. If you hear that message often enough, then you begin to believe it. Much to the disappointment of my mother, I chose to get a job rather than return to school and repeat year 10. I spent 2.5 years literally cleaning other people's messes up before I realised I needed to clean my own up. So the following year, I enrolled into year 11. It didn't take me long to recognise that I had accrued a massive gap in my knowledge. Doing what was familiar, I retreated to the confines of using my physical strength over my mental prowess and took up a position as a brickies labourer. This barely lasted 6 months before I sought the security of an office position, answering phones, relaying messages, and responding to inquiries. I found myself in a respectable administration position within a reputable corporation, yet something was missing. I wasn't content. I still felt that I hadn't reached my full potential. Then everything changed. My battle with cancer gave me the courage and determination to face my fear of returning to the education system as an adult. I had nothing to lose and everything to gain. In 2015, under the guidance and support of the helpful advisors at Canning College, I enrolled in the Flying Start program. I can still recall the reaction of some of my close friends when I told them I'd enrolled in a course equivalent to year 10. Let's just say I no longer share my innermost thoughts so freely. Was it going to be the same as before? Were the teachers going to belittle me for asking what seemed a silly question to some, but not to me? In the first year, I was apprehensive. It took me a while to figure out my learning style as an adult returning to study, but I managed to establish a routine that worked for me and developed a group of study friends to share the journey with. I discovered that helping my peers cemented my own understanding of the subject. Now, I'm not saying it was smooth sailing from then on. There were some challenges in that first year that I faced, like worrying whether my questions were stupid and naive, working out how to phrase the questions to teachers when there were things that I didn't understand, and having never written an essay or conducted research before were all new skills I needed to learn. Eventually, I discovered that the fear of failing outweighed the fear of looking silly. To my surprise, teachers encouraged and almost welcomed the questions. Through great advice and support, I now know how to structure an essay and conduct meaningful research. Even after doing well in my first year and the support of my peers and teachers, I still didn't feel confident as a student going into my second year, year 11. The content got tougher, but the possibility that I could go on to university and do further study became more of a reality. For the first time, I could think of long-term career paths. For many adult students, finding that door and opening it is an amazing feeling. This year, it's been tough to decide on my avenue of study at university because I still second-guess my ability to succeed in a career path. With each new year, I get more comfortable in my skin as a student, collecting the necessary tools needed to succeed in my studies and serve me well when I get to university. Even though I still doubt myself, this journey has taught me that if you work through the fear, make the most of the people and tools around you, work hard, then you will succeed. Graduation is a time of reflecting on the past and looking onward to the future. It is a time that we as graduates get together for one last hurrah before moving on to new and exciting adventures. This year sees a very unique and exceptional group of students graduating. I thank you for your friendship and I congratulate you all.